week of January 2021. I hope that you guys are having some fun just before school starts. Maybe school has already started for you, but anyway, I hope you guys are well and that you are excited about this year. If this is your very first time joining us online, welcome. We love you to just join us every week the same time, and we just worship God and we learn about God and we have so much fun in our doodle studio. Now, before we carry on, it's very important that we say happy birthday to the children out there who had birthdays this week. So if that's you, let's see if your name appears on our birthday slide. Happy birthday, you lot, and I hope that you guys had an amazing birthday and that you were spoiled rotten from all of us here at Gracepoint. Now, before we go to worship, this is our time for offering. So boys and girls, if you've got your offering, pop it into your little DIY money boxes, and remember, when you come back face to face, you can bring it back and we will put it into our account and we will use it wisely. For your parents and your guardians who've been so generously been giving to us, thank you so much. And we just want to thank you from the bottom of our hearts, making it possible for us to continue being online with you guys and also just reaching out to our community. Right, let's pray for the offering. Father God, we just want to thank you so much for the privilege of being online in this virtual church. We thank you that we can give to you in so many ways and forms. And I pray that you will just bless every family that's represented here today. May your blessing and your favor be upon them. In Jesus' precious name, amen. Amen, boys and girls. Are you ready for praise and worship? Let's go and meet Kezia in the worship studio. See you now.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Worship with Kezia. My name is Kezia, but you can call me Kez or Kezia, whatever you're comfortable with. And what is your name? Well, it's very nice to meet you, and if you are here for the very first time, hi! I'm so excited you guys decided to join us this morning, and I hope you learned something new. For all of you who are joining us for the past few weeks, hi! I'm so excited you guys are back, and I hope you guys learned something new as well. So today, we have two new songs for you. One's an oldie but a goldie, and the other is super fun and energetic. So, the first one we're going to do is I Am in the Lord's Army. And yes, it's very short but it's very fun. So we're going to go. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom over enemies, but I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom over enemies, but I'm in the Lord's army. And those are all the moves. See, it's super fun and super easy for everybody to do it. So, let's do it one more time. So we're gonna go. I may never march in the infantry, ride in the cavalry, shoot the artillery. I may never zoom over enemies, but I'm in the Lord's army. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I'm in the Lord's army. Yes, sir. I may never march in the end. I forgot the words again. So you go. I may never march in the... I don't know the words apparently, but it is fine because those are the moves. So, are you ready? Perfect, let's go. Was that not so much fun, everybody? Because I know I had so much fun with that one. So the second one we're going to be doing today is called Take It All. And the moves are a bit more advanced and it's a bit more energetic, but I think we'll all be able to do it. So we're going to go. Searching the world, the lost will be found. In freedom we live, as one we cry out. You carried the cross, you died and rose again. My God, I only ever give my all. Do 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 do. You sent your Son from heaven to earth, delivered us all. It's eternally heard. I seek for truth, and all I find is you. My God, I only ever give my all. Jesus, we're living for your name. We'll never be ashamed of you. And whenever we go, we'll never be ashamed of you. I want to hear you guys as loud as possible. Oh, 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 oh. Okay? So we're going to go. Jesus, we're living for your name. We'll never be afraid of you. Oh, 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 oh. Our praise in all we do today. Take it all. Take it all. And those are all the moves. So let's do it one more time. So we go. Searching the world, the lost will be found. In freedom we live, as one we cry out. You carried the cross, you died and rose again. My God, I only ever give my all. Jesus, we're living for your name. I forgot a verse. So, here you go. Searching the world, the lost will be found. In freedom we live, as one we cry out. You carried the cross, you died and rose again. My God, I only ever give my all. You sent your Son from heaven to earth, delivered us all, it's eternally heard. I seek for truth, and all I found was you. My God, I only ever give my all. Jesus, we're living for your name. We'll never be ashamed of you. Our praise in all we do today. Take it all. Take it all. And those are all the moves. So, are you ready? I can't hear you. I ask, are you ready? Perfect, let's go.
Searching the world, the lost will be found. In freedom we live, as one we cry out. You carry the cross, you died and rose again. My God, I'll only ever give my all. You sent your Son from heaven to earth, to live us all, it's eternally held. I search for truth, and all I found is you. My God, I'll only ever give my all. Jesus, we're living for your name. We'll never be ashamed of you. Our praise and all we gotta take it all.
you today on Worship with Kezia. I hope you guys had so much fun with me because I know I had so much fun with you guys. But most of all, today's lesson is all about courage and finding strength in God, which is so important. So Auntie Liana is going to teach you guys the lesson, and I hope you guys enjoy it so much, and I miss you all so much. Bye!
Welcome back, boys and girls. I hope you had as much fun as I did worshiping with Kezia. Now, boys and girls, as you know, we are busy with our lessons or our series about how to make our dreams, our resolutions, our plans for the year. How are we going to make sure that they happen and that they are fulfilled? So we started on the 27th of December, where we spoke about the wise men, and we said that we are also going to have a plan, a resolution, a purpose or a goal or a dream this year, and we spoke about how we're going to make sure that we fulfill that or make sure that plan works or our goal is achieved. And we spoke about making sure that we plan properly. We said we're going to surround ourselves with people that's going to help us, and we also said we're going to focus like the wise men on the star only and not get distracted with things around us. And then the last 2 weeks we spoke about other ways that we can help you. And we used children in the Bible that helped us to give you some extra tips, if I can put it that way, how to make your resolution, your plans, your dreams a reality this year. And we spoke about Jesus, who we found in the temple. That's the only thing we know about Jesus as a baby, as a boy child, is that he put God first. He was in God's house, learning about him, reading scriptures, asking questions. And so that was our first tip. We said, hey guys, put God first this year. Then last week we heard about Samuel, and we spoke about listening, and we said we're going to tune our ears in so that we can only hear God's voice this year and not all the bad things that's happening around us. And we said we're going to tune into God's voice, and we know that he speaks to us through people, through his word, through our small little voices inside of us. God uses so many ways to speak to us. And also online, when I speak to you guys, that could also be a way of listening and tuning in. So we're going to listen this year carefully to what God is going to say to us, because in that way we can change our direction a little bit when we get stuck with our plans and our dreams. And so today we have another lesson for you, or another tip for you, and I'm going to use another boy, and his name is David. Now David became King David, and something that you don't know about King David is that he was the great grandpa of Jesus. So he is on the family tree of Jesus and Jesus' family. So King David was crowned or was made king when he was a little boy. He was a shepherd, and to the surprise of everybody, David became king. Now, before he did that, he was a shepherd for many years before he actually became king. And I want to talk to you about something that happened when he was still young. And I want us to go to the storybook corner now and listen to David and Goliath story, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how David and his encounter with Goliath is going to help us this year to achieve our goals. Okay, let's go to the storybook corner.
Hello boys and girls, and welcome to my story about David and Goliath. We find this story in 1 Samuel 17. One day, David's father asked him to leave his sheep and go to his brothers and see how they were doing. They were soldiers in the king's army. He also asked him to take some food to them. When he got there, David saw that all the king's soldiers were too scared to fight a big giant man called Goliath. "Don't be afraid," David said. "God is much bigger than Goliath." David went to see the king. "I want to fight Goliath," he said. "God helped me to fight a hungry lion and a hungry bear once. I am sure God will help me to win this battle with Goliath." King Saul wanted David to wear his armor, but it was too big. "I can't wear this," he said. I only know how to throw a stone in my sling." Goliath did not want to fight a young boy. But David found 5 round stones. He prayed and asked God to help him, to give him strength and courage to be brave. Then he twirled the sling around and around over his head. He let a stone fly from his sling, and the stone hit Goliath and knocked him flat and killed him. Everyone cheered, but David prayed and thanked God for helping him be brave and courageous. David sang a song to God. "When I'm afraid, I will trust in you." This song of David is found in the Bible in Psalm 56, verse 3. The end.
Wow, boys and girls, isn't that amazing? Hey, he picked up 5 stones, flat, smooth stones, and he took it and he killed Goliath, the big giant. Wow, that's an amazing story, boys and girls. And now, I don't know about you guys. If I was David and he didn't seem like he was a very tall or big boy. He was a little shepherd boy. And I must tell you, if I was David, I wouldn't have had the courage. That means to do something even though I'm scared, or the strength to actually do what he did. He was he was just amazing, boys and girls. And you know what? This is what I want to talk to you guys about. You see, when we face our dreams or our goals, there comes a time where we might feel that, wow, this dream or this goal or this plan that I have is too big for me. And then you want to give up. You're like, I'm never going to be first. I'm never going to be the champion in this, or I'm never going to be able to get an A in whatever subject, or I'm never going to be able to get this going. Or you see, because we get to a point where our dreams or our goals or our plans get too big, or we feel that they are too big. They become like a Goliath to us, and we think we will never be able to get this dream going, or to fulfill our plans or make it happen. But today I want to tell you that we can all be like David, and we can all conquer that giant. We can win. We can beat that giant by having faith in Jesus and by asking him to give us the strength and the courage to say, hey, I can do this. Remember when we spoke about putting God first, boys and girls? Now, I think if we put God first and we ask him to help us to be strong and be courageous, I know my God, and I know that he will help you, because that's just who he is. And so I want to read to you something that David says to Saul when he tells Saul that he is going to go and he is going to face Goliath. So give me a minute just to put my glasses on. There we go. And then I'm going to read to you in 1 Samuel 17, verse 33. He says, David said to Saul, "Don't let anyone be discouraged. I, your servant, will go and fight the Philistines." Saul answers, "You can't go out against the Philistines and fight him. You're only a boy." Goliath has been a warrior since he was a young man. And then listen to what David says, boys and girls, in verse 37. "The Lord saved me from a lion and a bear. He will also save me and help me with this Philistine." So boys and girls, this is the amazing thing here. If we put our trust in God and we know God, when we read the scriptures and we know God and we get to know God like Jesus knew God when he was in the temple. And that's why it's important for you guys to keep watching online, keep reading your Bibles, keep praying, keep seeking God. Because you see, if we know the promises that God has in his word, then we can be like David and say, hey, God has helped me before. He has given me the strength before to fight a bear and a lion. He can help me with this as well. So you see, boys and girls, when our goals and our dreams and our plans become too big for us, we can stand in front of those things, or maybe it's even an obstacle. Maybe something is stopping you from getting to your plan. I don't know. Maybe it's like something that you are doing wrong maybe to get to your plan, or maybe that you're not doing to get to your plan. And so we call those obstacles. And so maybe it's an obstacle, or maybe your dream has just got too big for you. I don't know. But what I do know is, boys and girls, is that God says in His Word that He will give us the strength, and He will give us the power, and He will give us the courage if we put Him first. So this week, this is your third tip. Be strong, be courageous, ask God to give you the strength that you need, and you go and conquer your obstacles, and you go and conquer your plans and your goals that you have for you this year. All right? Well, I love the story about David and Goliath. We are going to the Doodle Studio now, where we will make some craft, where we to help you guys to remember the story. And I will see you back for another lesson next week, or another tip to help you guys to achieve your goals and your plans for this year. See you in the Doodle Studio. Bye! Hello, boys and girls! Are you guys ready? Let's go! How to doodle? Just doodle it! Doodle kids! Guys, I'm so glad that you're back for the third week here in 2021. Yes! I wonder if you're all back at school yet. Some of you might be online, some of you might, I don't know if you're online or back face-to-face school, but I'm hoping you are having lots of fun at school. So our lesson today was about a courageous boy. He was strong and courageous even though he was little. Now you guys remember that we are busy with our series about how are we going to achieve our New Year's resolutions, our plans, our dreams, okay? And so now let me see if you guys can remember. The wise men did three things. What did they do? The first thing, they planned. Yeah. Okay. So they planned their route. They planned their route. Then, what was the second thing? They surrounded them with friends. That's right. Yeah. So that when the one was discouraged, the other ones would say, hey, don't worry. Yeah. We're going to find Jesus. Yeah. Okay? And then what was the last thing the wise men do? They followed the star. That's it. They focused. Because that was good. Hey, yeah. They didn't get distracted. Yeah. Now, we're busy with more tips for the kids, right? Mm-hmm. And so we're using kids and young people in the Bible to help the kids, right? Yes. So, what was our first one? Can you remember what was our first tip? That's put God first. That's it. And we used who as an example? Which boy child? Jesus. That's right. And here we found him in the temple where he was putting God first and learning all about Jesus, about God and his Father, right? Yeah. And then we had a second one, which was last week. Yes. And who was that boy? Samuel. Yes, and that's right. And what did we do with Samuel? We did the craft for the ears, big ears, so that he can listen. That's it. We said to you guys that to make your dreams and your plans come, we have to fine-tune our ears so that we can hear God speaking to us, because that's how He guides us through all these things that we might say, oh no, my plans aren't going to work, oh no, my goals are not going to come true. He speaks to us. And do you guys remember how He speaks to us sometimes? Yes. How? He speaks to us when we read the Bible. Yes. Or when we teach, like we're doing now. Let's give Lolo also a chance. What else? I think you stole Lolo's mic. I think so, she did. That's all right. That's right. And also, what was the other one, Vix, where we said that small little voice in our hearts? That's right. Yeah. And we also said sometimes He speaks for things that's going on around us. Hey, yes. And we might look at something and go, oh, okay. So now we did our third one today, and that was about the little shepherd boy called David. And I spoke to the boys and girls where there was Goliath, and Goliath was like an obstacle. And sometimes we said that our dreams or our goals become too big for us, or it seems like they're too big for us, or something comes in the way of our dreams or our goals. And we walk away because we think, oh, I can't do this. But then we learned about David today, and we saw that he didn't give up. He did not say, this obstacle is too big or this dream is too big. He said, no ways, I can do this. I can beat this obstacle. And that's exactly what he did. He took 5 smooth stones and he had it in a little pocket, and he took his slingshot. And then when he saw Goliath, this big obstacle in his life, he said, God helped me in so many ways. I killed bears and lions, and God helped me. And so today he will help me again. And so he was strong and courageous, and he trusted God to help him. And that's what we're going to do. And that's what we learned today. So the third tip is to trust God that he will give us the strength and the courage to just break the obstacles in our way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we should make a slingshot today.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I think so too.
Yeah, so the boys and girls must make their own slingshots.
Yes.
And then they can hang it on their door. And like that. And then they will remember that they have to be strong and courageous and trust God.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we do that? So Lolo, you're going to show us. You've got a picture there, right? So Lolo's going to cut it out for us. But Lolo, there's some places where they mustn't cut. Can you show the boys and girls where they must not cut?
Here, up here.
Ah, that's right. So don't cut it into 2 pieces, guys. You must cut it so that it's, show them when it's finished cut. Because Lolo's going to cut.
Okay.
There we go. Can you see? She did not cut this piece here. So we have 2 loose pieces. Okay. So while Lolo's cutting, Vicky is going to glue those pieces together for us. And then I'm going to read to you what it says on this slingshot. It says, listen to this. This is how it looks, by the way, guys, in your craft, in the Doodle Studio on your website. And it says, 1 Samuel 17, the Lord rescues his people, or God, and so not just rescue, guys, God helps his people, hey? And it says, not with sword and spear, not with weapons, no. This is the Lord's battle. It means, boys and girls, you know what that means? It means that God doesn't want us to go and fight people with spears and swords and bad words. And no, he wants us to pray and to trust him, and that he will make a way for us. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
Because in a way, he made a way for David to kill Goliath.
Exactly.
And because you know what, in the Bible it tells us that King Saul wanted David to put on his armor.
Yeah,
now he was this little boy with this heavy armor. And the Bible tells us he wanted to give him a big spear, and he wanted to give him a big arrows and bows, and this poor David couldn't even walk. And so he said, no, this battle is not, I'm not going to win this battle with all this armor and stuff. This battle belongs to the Lord. And then that's exactly what happens. Hey?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys, so did you put it together?
Yes.
Now you have to punch 2 holes at the top like Vicky did. Okay?
Yes.
And then look at Lolo, she's already done the next step. She's attached string or whatever you've got at home at the top, so that it looks like a slingshot. Look. Okay, and then guys, you guys can find 5 little stones outside. You can quickly run outside and find 5 stones, or you can find stickers or just something that is round, and 5 of them. And then I want you to, on the opposite side of where the scripture is, I want you to stick your 5 stones or your 5 stickers, whatever you have, to remind you that this is the slingshot. It wasn't with some sword and spears and whatever, but through a miracle, this little slingshot and 1 stone killed a big obstacle. And so in life, let's trust God that he is going to make a way for us when things look too big this year for us to cope with, or we think we're not going to be able to do what we were planning. Okay, very good. There we go. Now, boys and girls, while they're finishing up there, I want to show you that you're also going to have pictures like this. For our little big children, you are going to have some coloring in pictures, and for our bigger kids, there will be worksheets that you can do on David and Goliath. And look at this, I put some stones, I put some more stickers around here, and you can give him some Google eyes if you want to, And look at this, there's David who killed Goliath. So these are the colouring pictures that you can find in the Doodle Studio on the website. And as I said, for the older kids, there are also some worksheets. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, so then have we all got our slingshots now for the year?
Yes.
We've got our weapons,
Yes.
right? It's not armor, it's not spears and guns, no. It is our trust and our faith in who?
In God.
And what is he going to give us? Strength. And he's going to give us courage. Okay, so I'm going to ask Adam to follow me because I'm going to put this on our tips table. So here we have Jesus that teaches us to put God's first. We've got Samuel that teaches us that we need to use our ears, fine-tune our ears to hear God. And then here is our slingshot that's going to remind us to trust God to make us strong and courageous and to face everything. Okay, well, that's it for today. Unless you guys have anything else.
We're just so happy to learn all these things in this new year. So we believe this year will be fantastic.
I agree with you. So guys, next week we're going to have another awesome, amazing Doodle Studio. Please don't forget to come and join us in the Doodle Studio. But for now, we're going to say goodbye to you. Are you ready?
Yes.
How to doodle? Just doodle it. Doodle kids. Bye everyone. I love that. That is so cool.